Hello, we are two as one. I'm Karin,
I'm Andres.
and today we're going to talk about value of time when you are dating. We just listened to this one radio show, Second Date Update, where somebody calls them up and says, or sends them an email, hey, this was
They send an email first.
Okay.
One of the parts involved send an email and then they follow with the other part
Okay.
to ask about why they didn't keep in touch, why they didn't respond to messages and such.
Gotcha. So
Yeah.
one of the people that from the date sends the radio station an email. This is what happened. I didn't hear from them. Whatever. I want to find out what happened. So then the radio show, they go ahead with this person, partner A, on the date on the radio show, but they don't tell the other person that this person is listening. And they call up the other person who didn't call them back to say, hey, this is who we are, and we got a really nice email about you, and you went on this date recently, and then you never called them back. What's up with that? And so then they get the person to say why. So there was this one young man who was talking about, hey, well, the reason why, he was shocked when the people in the radio station said that the girl really liked him. It's like, she said it was the best date she'd been on. And he goes, that's impossible. And then so the people in the radio station go, well, why is that impossible? Well, she was on her phone the whole time. I'd never got to see anything other than the forehead because she had her head down in the phone. And she ended up, I think she jumped in. She couldn't wait. She was she was something else. She was going, I was taking notes about what was going on. This is what I do. I keep a journal of all the dates that I go on just for experience and whatnot. And he asked her, which was my question too in my head, it's like, do you have a problem with your memory? You can't wait?
Oh, the guy says that as well.
Yeah, so it's like, you won't remember the date by the time you get home and write your journal then? Again, wow. So...
Very interesting. So what I think is that the time is the most valuable asset that we have, because time is never going to come back, right? So we need to choose wisely when or who we going to spend the time with. And when you are going in a date, you're spending time. It's a very valuable time that you can spend doing something else. So
absolutely. And this translates also into once you are in a relationship and decades into a marriage, where I, as a licensed marriage and family therapist, I hear time and again how people in a couple, they're disconnected because they're on their phones, they're playing games, they're whatever, and they're not connecting and talking and looking at each other in the eyes. and hearing about what's going on. So yeah, time is unbelievably important and pertinent. And to me, that was something that really, I learned that lesson very early on. It was fortunate that this is the lesson that I took from it. The situation was sad. My dad died when I was 5. And from that young age, I learned that, we don't know how much time we have. And so for me, time has always been the highest priority. And it, as in spending time, we also talk sometimes about how there's some people, business people who, they'll throw everything aside if they get like people in real estate or any other kind of business, and they get a phone call, they're out with their friends or their family, they get a call, they're not going to let the call go to voicemail or anything like that. It could be money. And then if it's a deal, then they leave the dinner, they leave their friends and their family because they got to go take care of this deal right now. And to me, that might be worked for them. But for me, I would think that, one, that's unbelievably rude. I took time out of my schedule to spend specifically with you, and then you're just going to up and leave because you get a phone call. And same thing with the kids, is that spending time with them is, because every once in a while I will get a crisis call that says, hey, you want to go on this thing? There's an event. Are you available? And if I have time with my son or with you or something like that, to me, that is the most precious thing. For me to make a few more bucks is not worth leaving you when we have plans.
Definitely. I believe it's time for everything, and what are the priorities in our lives. It's important.
Yeah, yeah. See, another place where you can really learn about how to prioritize things is from the people who are on their deathbed. You will hear this from you know medical staff that work with the dying, um, in the hospice, and what are some of the things that the people who are death is right there and they know it. Some of us don't know when death is right there, if we're in an accident or whatever. It's like we didn't have time to think about that one. But when they have gone through hospice and whatnot, they know. They know this is where it's coming to an end and this is it. And some of the main things that they talk about that they regret for the people who do have regrets is the risks that they didn't take. Those are missed opportunities, the time they didn't spend with loved ones and family and friends, uh, worrying too much about cleaning their houses and not inviting people over because, oh, the house wasn't exactly perfect. And, so, yeah, those are some of the top things
Wow.
that they have mentioned that is their top regrets. And knowing that ahead of time, which is why we're talking about this today, is that then you and we can, because we now know this, we can now make decisions based on it. We can both decide, it's like, well, screw that. I'm just gonna go for the money and I'm gonna go for these things. I want to worry about my house being clean and not invite people over if that's what I like. Or I can learn from those people and go, you know what? Maybe it's okay if my house isn't perfect and I still want to invite my people over, and maybe I really do want to forego that crisis call and that a little bit extra money that I could have made, and spend time really making memories with my family and my loved ones.
Yeah, that what I was thinking when my brother, he wanted to come to visit to me from Ecuador, and we had a lot of transition trying to move to a bigger house, and I was thinking I'm not ready for him yet. We don't have a big place um, to get them comfortable, and by the time that they are visiting us. But at the same time, I was thinking about this. If you wait until the right time, the right moment, it may be never happen.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so, kind of circling back to where we started off with the phones. And so, that's one thing that we definitely make sure, and we have always done, that when we're together, our phones are not with us. It might be upside down on the table, but and it might not be with us at all. Um, and that's because when we're together, you have my undivided attention, and
Yeah.
vice versa.
That respect as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
It's a very uh, meaningful way to show love,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah,
Through the respect. Love and respect are the same level. That's what I think.
actually, we saw a Simon Sinek video where he was talking exactly about that with the phone, and he
Mm.
was, yeah,
Yeah.
remember that? Yeah,
Yeah, that was a good
yeah,
one.
because he was saying, when you have that phone right there, what does that tell you? It tells you that, yeah, well, yeah, I'm here right now, but any second I could be off, prioritizing somebody else.
You are important, but not
Yeah.
that much. I mean,
Más o
and, then,
menos.
and he says, how magnanimous, you flip the phone and you don't see the screen anymore. What amazing action is that?
Right, right. Yeah, yeah. And, 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 one of the things is that in our culture, we can get so desensitized to these things that we don't realize how huge of an impact they actually make on relationships and on our own attention span. Um, and you know, even things like taking a break from the apps and the phones and whatnot. People have gotten so addicted, used to these dopamine little spikes, that it really is a detox that you go through when you leave your phone.
It is. It is. Sometimes I catch myself having a early morning walk, and the beauty of the moments that you miss because you are watching your phone. In my case, the sunrise early in the morning, the beauty of the God's creation, and it's very sad.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
very sad.
yeah.
We don't take the time to appreciate the things that really matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this again, all of these things are things that uh, when that I work with my clients as well to make them aware of so that they can make the decision for themselves rather than subconsciously or unconsciously just going with whatever is happening. So that my clients, they can make conscious decisions about what it is that they do, because yes, again, you can unconsciously go with what everybody's doing and follow the technology and get lost in the app and in the phones and the social media and all those things, and then wonder, why do I feel uh, so alone? Why do I feel so isolated? Why do I feel like I can't have a relationship with anybody? Or you can make conscious intentional choices that, look, I understand these things can be very fruitful. They can make relationships blossom when used appropriately. I can help your business, all kinds of things when used appropriately. And then I can also put it down so that I can tune into my own inner wisdom. I can tune into the beauty that God has created here, and build my spiritual well-being, my emotional well-being, my physical well-being, and learn really how to listen and tune in.
Yeah, remember, you are the master, you are the captain on your ship. So don't let the those devices control your life. You are in control. You can
Mm.
put the boundaries, the limits, and how you want to see your life.
Yeah. Because the other thing that happens on those devices is there's a lot of stepping outside of the relationship, and so that causes a lot of problems in couples as well. It doesn't have to be a physical relationship. There's a lot of emotional uh, affairs that happen, and all associated with the phone, right? Um, so I work with a lot of clients who, with couples, where they talk about, yeah, my spouse, they're on the phone all the time. I have a feeling that they're talking to somebody, at work. I think that they're having an emotional affair, maybe even a physical affair, because we're not close and we're not connecting, and we have lost our way in our relationship. And again, it's that time. Where are you investing your time and your attention?
Important,
Mm-hmm.
very much.
It's very painful. It's very painful, very lonely when you allow that to happen in your relationship.
Always pay attention to the details and things that you can improve in order to yesterday I was reading a book, and I was talking about to the happiness, and I was thinking, how brave do you think you are? Did you ask your wife how happy is she or your partner?
No, you
are you
did.
are you really brave? You want to ask that question, and the scale, the 1 to 10, how happy are you?
And that's exactly what you asked me last night.
That was very interesting. I was thinking, how brave are you? Can you ask that to your partner?
Yeah. And you asked me that in the middle of, we were reading and whatnot, and I was like, wonder where that question came from, but, okay, well, what did I say? What answer did I give you?
Well, you say you are very happy. 10.
That's right. That's right.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
Yes.
And if it's not there, then it's not a disaster. It doesn't have to be, unless you make it a disaster, because then it can be a question of, okay, well, I guess then we need to figure out what can we do to bring that number up. What do you need? What do I need to do in order to make you feel important and loved and cared for, and vice versa?
That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you decide to go for a date, and you already are taking time to put it on it, so enjoy. Try to get the most of it. Even it is not a good fit. I mean, if you need to go, if you need to leave, I mean, yeah, do it. But if it's something that you can learn from the other person, just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Try to get the most from that.
Think of it as making a friend first. I think many people they go on a date and they're looking for marriage material. And I mean, not everybody. Some people are going on a date because they want to get laid, right? Let's just put that out there. But either way, if you go and you show up and you want to just with the intention to enjoy, learn, maybe connect, maybe have an interesting conversation, maybe it could be a shitty conversation, right? So either way, you never have to see this person again. But again, it's all about the mindset. How are we going into that situation?
That's correct.
So probably wrapping up for today. I think those are a few really pertinent things that can make a big difference, whether you're dating, whether you're in a relationship, in any kind of relationship that you have socially, professionally, with your family, with your spouse, your dating life. Let us know some of your experiences, some of your favorite. Maybe you had some disaster dates. We want to hear about it. And what are some of the things that you learned from those situations?
Yeah, share with us how we can improve, that people can improve to get the most of the dating situation.
Exactly, because it ain't easy. It ain't easy. Otherwise, go out there and shine your beautiful inner light, and we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.